Hello and welcome to another episode of Motorbeam. In today's episode, we are going to be starting off with an email. Dear Motorbeam, I'm looking to buy a hatchback with a budget of rupees 7 lakh. Fuel efficiency is very important to me. So is good service, low cost of maintenance and ease of driving. The car should be able to fit 5 people occasionally and boot should be big enough for that once in a blue moon trip to the airport to pick up father-in-law. The car should offer value for my money. Thanking you in anticipation, a typical hatchback buyer. Well, Mr. Typical, we have got 3 of the best hatchbacks for you out here. The Maruti Suzuki Swift, the Hyundai Grand i10 and the latest kid on the block, the Tata Bolt.
The Maruti Swift recently got an update which was too minor and doesn't boost the appeal of the car as it has been on the road since 2011. In terms of styling, it's a close battle between the Tata Bolt and Hyundai Grand i10. Both these cars look fresh and appealing. The Bolt getting some nice design elements like piano black finish under the grille, projector headlights, blackened C-pillars and LED lookalike taillights. Meanwhile, the Grand i10 features a hexagonal front grille, black side moldings and diamond-cut alloy wheels. The Bolt's profile is a lot like the Vista, and in comparison, the curvy design of the Grand i10 looks better. All these 3 cars come loaded with a lot of kit, but each misses out on something or the other when compared to its rivals. For starters, the Bolt doesn't get keyless go, push button start, electromagnetic tailgate opener, electrically retracting outside mirrors, and reverse parking sensors which are present on both the Swift and Grand i10. The Hyundai also gets a rear AC vent and 1GB storage for the audio system which is missing on the other 2 cars here, but the Grand i10 misses out on a climate control AC, distance to empty on the multi-information display and auto locking doors. What the Tata Bolt has over the other 2 cars here is follow me home headlamps, illuminated keyring, cornering brake control, and a state-of-the-art infotainment system which gets a touchscreen. The 8-speaker Harman audio system is not only the best here but also has more connectivity options including navigation, SMS readout, voice commands and video playback. The Tata offers the best illumination at night.
We are now in the Tata Bolt. And everybody seems very comfortable because the Bolt has a very wide rear seat. Legroom isn't an issue at all and this is a very comfortable car. The only problem is the lack of storage bins inside the cabin. I mean, there's no place to keep all this stuff. Where do you keep it? There are lack of bottle holders, the door pads are so small you can't really put a 1 liter bottle in it. Tata Motors. We are now in the Swift. And I can already see rear seat passengers pushing each other, and that's because the Swift really doesn't have rear seat space. In fact, the Swift does have good headroom, but legroom is really lacking. And compared to its rivals, the Swift is just not comfortable for the rear bench. There are good storage bins inside the cabin though, so no complaints on that front. Now we are in the Hyundai Grand i10. And it immediately feels the best of the 3 in terms of quality and interior appeal. Now the Grand i10 isn't as wide as the Tata Bolt, so 3 at the rear aren't as comfortable, but the Grand i10 has very good legroom and very good headroom too. The Grand i10 also has the best storage bins inside the cabin. There's so many places to keep your stuff.
The Grand i10 also has the best boot of the 3, which is 50 litres more than the Swift and 46 litres bigger than the Bolt. All 3 cars are powered by 1.2 litre petrol engines, but the Tata Bolt is the only car which gets a turbocharger, resulting in class-leading torque output.
Unlike what people associate turbochargers in petrol cars with, the Bolt is not going to set the roads on fire, and that's largely because the motor isn't fast revving. The red line comes in early at just under 6000 RPM, and all this is largely because it's an 8-valve layout Meanwhile, the Swift and Grand i10 motor use a 16-valve layout. Now the Bolt's motor is a cast iron unit. Again, the Swift and the Grand i10 use an all-aluminium layout. The Bolt has very good low-end and mid-range performance, giving it excellent drivability. It is also the first car in the segment to get multi-drive modes: City, Eco and Sports.
The Grand i10's petrol engine has good blend of city and highway performance, but if you are looking at a fun petrol engine, the Maruti Swift's K-series power plant excites the most with the best top-end performance here. The Grand i10 has the best gearbox of the three. While the Swift is the most frugal petrol car, it is also the fastest car of the trio. Hyundai is the only one offering an automatic gearbox here, with the petrol Grand i10 getting a 4-speed unit.
While the Swift and Bolt share diesel engines with similar output, the Grand i10 is a cylinder down, which really robs away performance out on the highway. Hyundai has done a fine job with the NVH level of the Grand i10. In fact, the car is very smooth, it's very silent on the inside, and the clutch is light and the gearbox is quite slick too. Both the Bolt and the Grand i10 have very good city performance. Turbo lag is very well contained and the drivability is excellent. However, in the Swift, turbo lag is quite pronounced in the low end, and that really makes you stretch the motor past 2000 rpm to get going quickly. The Swift does reward you with a good mid-range punch and the best top-end punch among the three. In fact, top-end performance is so good in the Swift that you will really like driving the car out on the open road.
The Grand i10 is the most frugal diesel car here, while the Swift is yet again the fastest with the best gearbox. The Tata Bolt is neither the fastest nor the most frugal, and that's because of its weight. It is the heaviest car among the three.
The Maruti Swift is the most fun to drive car here. In fact, the handling is so good that it can make you giggle while driving. It also has the best steering wheel here. However, the Swift's ride quality is just not as good as the Bolt or the Grand i10.
Between the Tata and Hyundai, it's the Bolt which offers the better handling and steering feedback, although the Swift is still the leader by a fair margin. Braking performance on the Grand i10 is very strong, but the Bolt has the best tires here. It's also the most stable car of the three.
So Mr. Typical, after some extensive testing, we have got the answer for you. The Maruti Suzuki Swift lacks rear seat legroom. Its boot isn't big enough, and the fact that it's the oldest car here makes it feel dated in front of these two. It finishes third in this shootout. The Grand i10 and the Tata Bolt are very closely matched, bringing various other factors into play like service, pricing and value for money. Now the Tata Bolt is a fantastic product, but it's priced quite close to its booted sibling, the Zest, which is also better equipped. The Bolt doesn't undercut its competition like it should. That, along with the fact that the Hyundai has better service, better quality, more frugal engines and more space, makes it the grand winner of this shootout. Meanwhile, if you're the kind of person who loves driving to the core and don't really care about practicality, then this is the car you should buy. Make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to the MotoBeep channel.